Nothing is lost. Nothing is created. Everything is transformed. To understand a world, one must first dare to question it. Progress is born from precision. The scientist's duty is not to believe, but to prove. Great discoveries begin with great curiosity. Truth requires patience and the courage to observe without bias. In science, clarity is more valuable than complexity. A single experiment can shatter centuries of assumptions. Let logic be your guide and nature your teacher. To measure is to know. The invisible laws of nature govern all that we see. Revolutions in science begin with a question, not an answer. When a mind is disciplined, the truth becomes clearer. Even fire obeys laws. It is not chaos, but chemistry. Honor the past, but always test its truths. Reason is the most powerful tool of discovery. Let evidence speak louder than tradition. Precision is the soul of science. To experiment is to ask nature for its secrets. What seems obvious today was once considered madness. Science moves forward not by faith, but by facts. A single observation, when true, is stronger than 1,000 opinions. Truth is not born in the lab. It is revealed by nature to those who listen. The most profound changes are often invisible, like atoms or ideas. To understand life, we must understand its building blocks. Do not fear complexity, fear misunderstanding. The pursuit of knowledge is the noblest rebellion. Where others see fire, the chemist sees transformation. All progress is chemistry in motion. Let your conclusions be weighed, measured, and found precise. Change is not to be feared. It is to be studied. Every mystery in nature has a formula waiting to be found. From fire to air, every element has a purpose. The pursuit of truth demands discipline, not haste. Without measurement, knowledge is only illusion. Science is not magic. It is the unveiling of what always was. One must destroy falsehood to build truth. In every experiment lies a step toward enlightenment. To question is to begin to understand. Even the smallest particle holds the greatest truths. Knowledge without precision is like fire without control. Nature writes in numbers. We must learn to read it. The laboratory is not a place of chaos, but of clarity. Do not accept, investigate. Behind every chemical reaction lies a deeper truth. In every failure of theory lies an opportunity for discovery. The mind sharpens when it is not satisfied. Observation is the beginning of transformation. Truth has no fear of being tested. There is elegance in every scientific law. The world is not random. It is governed by invisible order. Only through questioning can we unearth certainty. Chemistry is not just science. It is the poetry of nature's design. What we call air is a mixture, not a mystery. Let every calculation be a step toward comprehension. Without curiosity, the mind stagnates. He who observes deeply will see further than others. Knowledge grows in the soil of skepticism. Precision in thought leads to power in discovery. The elements of nature are not chaos. They are a coded language. Let inquiry be relentless, and truth will reveal itself. Science begins when assumption ends. Precision is not luxury in science. It is law. No progress without proof. Discovery often hides behind what is overlooked. The invisible world is where true knowledge lies. In the heart of every flame, there is order. Seek not to confirm, but to challenge. The formula of today becomes the foundation of tomorrow. Chemistry is the bridge between chaos and understanding. The weight of truth is found in the balance of facts. Let numbers correct our assumptions. True science dares to dismantle its own beliefs. Revolution in science begins with observation, not opinion. The smallest experiment can reveal the greatest laws. No equation is complete until it explains the unseen. In every reaction lies a reason. To transform the world, first transform the way you think. Do not fear being wrong. Fear refusing to test. Science is the art of revealing what has always been. We weigh not only matter, but meaning. Through structure, we find substance. Every molecule carries a lesson. Precision is the foundation of trust and knowledge. To name a substance is to begin to understand its essence. Great science begins with humble observation. Accuracy is the pathway to progress. The laws of nature are written in the language of logic. Even the air we breathe can be measured, studied, and known. Every scientific truth once stood alone, waiting to be discovered. Knowledge grows when doubt is embraced, not denied. Let evidence be your compass and logic your map. The unseen world holds the keys to the visible one. He who weighs carefully reasons wisely. Science advances by replacing myth with measurement. Be bold in questioning, but precise in proving. To name an element is to honor its role in nature. Real understanding comes not from belief, but from balanced sheets of truth. Facts, not fame, define the legacy of a scientist. Observation is the seed, experimentation, the harvest. One reaction can ignite a lifetime of discovery. Nature does not deceive, only our assumptions do. The universe speaks in laws. We must learn the language. Seek order in disorder, and clarity will follow. Let your science be clean, your data honest, and your motives noble. Even gases follow rules. Nothing escapes nature's order. Great change requires great evidence. To discover truth, start by measuring error. Doubt is not the enemy of science. It is its fuel. Each atom is a silent witness to the laws of the universe. The mind that weighs is wiser than the mind that assumes. True discovery begins where certainty ends. To understand nature, listen with more than your ears. Listen with instruments and intention. Science is built not on beliefs, but on balances and beakers. The duty of the chemist is not to believe blindly, but to prove precisely. Breakthroughs are born from well-designed questions. The air you breathe is chemistry at work. Every truth in science began as a risk in thought. Without method, there is no meaning. What you cannot measure, you cannot claim to know. True knowledge begins when we learn to doubt what we think we know. Chemistry reveals the order hidden beneath nature's surface. Clarity is the reward of precise observation. To change the world, first measure it. Science is not built on certainty, but on tested understanding. The smallest element can hold the greatest truth. Reason transforms mystery into meaning. Where others see chaos, the scientist seeks pattern. Discipline in thought is freedom in discovery. In the balance of truth, every gram matters. Let truth be your constant reactant in every experiment of life. The unexamined assumption is the enemy of progress. All change is guided by law. Learn it, and you lead it. Without structure, reaction is chaos. Without discipline, dreams dissolve. Progress doesn't explode, it accumulates. Approach problems like compounds. Break them into elements. Precision is not just accuracy, it's care made visible. Nothing in life is static, not even you. If you can't define it, you can't solve it. Every truth once seemed impossible. Transform confusion into calculation. Reaction requires energy. Channel yours wisely. Test what you think you know. Every mind has its own chemistry. Cultivate yours daily. Your effort, repeated, becomes a formula for change. The world doesn't bend to wishful thinking, but to accurate reasoning. Failure is a byproduct of experimentation. Welcome it. You become precise by being deliberate. Change accelerates under the right conditions. Discover your nature, then refine it. The mind is the first substance you must master. Dare to be exact in an approximate world. Like gases, your potential expands with pressure. From fragments of thought, build the molecule of purpose. Observe more, assume less. The more detailed your vision, the more real it becomes. You're your own laboratory. Isolate variables. Focus. Adjust. Repeat. Persistence is the purest catalyst. Even ideas have mass when fueled by action. Truth can be weighed if you dare to lift it. Your reactions shape your results more than your intentions. Balance isn't passive, it's calculated. Every discovery begins with discomfort. Mastering nature starts with mastering observation. Complexity yields to clarity. Keep refining until only truth remains. Your beliefs must pass the flame of scrutiny. Transform resistance into response. All that is stable was once chaotic. React with reason, not reflex. No step is wasted in the pursuit of understanding. Redefine the impossible as the untested. Seek laws, not luck. You are not fixed. You are reactive matter. Measure outcomes, not opinions. Separate fact from feeling, and clarity will form. Even entropy obeys rules. Find them. What you repeat becomes what you are. Truth needs no defense, only demonstration. Transform thought into evidence. Mastery is measured in refinement. Curiosity fuels reaction. Never let it fade. The unknown is just the undiscovered. You can't control what you don't first observe. Precision is a mindset, not just a measurement. Greatness is predictable, if formulaic. Structure your thoughts as you would a compound. The world reveals its secrets to the patient. Even emotion has a formula. Learn to balance it. Record your failures. They're data, not disgrace. Define your goals with the sharpness of a scalpel. Let skepticism be your tool, not your wall. Measure time, effort, results, everything counts. In every action, a chain reaction. Truth is conserved, seek it, and you reclaim power. Clarity is chemistry applied to thought. Your life is a lab. Your habits are your hypothesis. Let transformation begin with attention. What you test becomes what you trust. Every pattern hides a principle. Discover it. Let purpose be your universal solvent. A good question reshapes the experiment. The fire of curiosity burns impurities from belief. You must deconstruct to understand. Growth is a slow reaction, but a lasting one. Heat your thoughts with scrutiny. Observe what survives. All matter obeys law. So must all intention. Structure simplifies complexity. Ignite only what you're willing to monitor. Precision demands effort, but rewards infinitely. The conditions you create determine the results you get. Nothing worthwhile occurs in a vacuum. Change compounds over time. Truth needs tools to be revealed. Equip yourself. Don't chase results, build them. You are more patterned than accident. Solve yourself like an equation. Filter distraction like impurities. Every hypothesis demands humility. The more conscious the process, the better the result. Challenge inertia. It's not always direction. You are the sum of what you test, not just what you think. Be reactive only to reason. Let every morning be a controlled trial of self. The correct ratio of thought to action brings results. Transform ideas into mass by persistence. You are an element in constant formation. Burn old habits, distill your essence. What is measured can be molded. Every step toward knowledge leaves behind ignorance. Reactions don't lie. Listen to them. Even confusion follows rules. Decode them. Never stop adjusting the formula of your future. Solidify purpose like matter from vapor. Your mental clarity is your crucible. Precision is the poetry of science. Treat decisions like data, record, reflect, refine. Fear fades when faced with observation. Find your activation energy daily. Good science and good life start with good questions. Think experimentally. Live deliberately. Your life is not random. It is reactive. Separate truth from noise by filtering carefully. Heat creates strength. Don't fear it. You are your own compound. Refine accordingly. Assume nothing. Measure everything. In the presence of truth, even doubt dissolves. Start where you are, but quantify where you're going. Every life is a chemical story. Write yours with intention. Don't settle for reactions. Create controlled results. Build systems, not just effort. Let failure ferment into wisdom. Observation is the beginning of power. Test all theories, especially your own. Let clarity react with courage. The more you repeat, the more it becomes real. Catalyze improvement, not excuses. Let your effort reach its boiling point. Your reactions are data. Study them. Failure is only the absence of final conditions. Define your variables before seeking your values. You're never too late to alter the equation. Good chemistry is good balance. So is good living. The laws of motion apply to ambition too. Heat up your focus. Cool down your fear. What you repeat becomes your formula. Refine it daily. All progress is the outcome of measured persistence. You cannot separate growth from structure. The lab of your life needs both data and discipline. Every system begins with a question. Structure your habits as a chemist structures reactions. Transform your thoughts the way matter is purified. Consistency is the law of sustainable change. What is stable today was once volatile. Every trial carries the potential for revelation. Be exact, even when the world is vague. Your life is an equation. solve it with care. Catalysts don't create reaction. They accelerate it. B1. Do not guess what can be measured. Patience under pressure creates transformation. Refinement is a lifelong experiment. Every obstacle is an unknown variable. Name it, then solve it. Break through by breaking down. Everything reacts. Choose your inputs wisely. You can't build stability without testing the limits. Each failure is a reaction observed. Use it. Even the smallest shift in formula alters the outcome. Progress thrives in environments of clarity. What you resist may be the lesson you need. There's no chaos without rules. Find the hidden laws. Purpose is the constant in the equation of change. Begin with observation, end with understanding. Heat your ambition with discipline. Balance is not stillness, it is controlled motion. Be rigorous in your curiosity. Remove impurities from thought before action. The cleaner the input, the purer the output. No compound is too complex to be understood. The results you want require the conditions you create. Let clarity combust confusion. Growth happens in the smallest measured units. There's a structure behind every solution. Find it. Calibrate your day like a scale. Aim for balance. Good results don't lie, they replicate. Every weakness is a compound you can deconstruct. Make habit your instrument and knowledge your reagent. Pressure reveals reaction, not weakness. What bond you must also build you. Track the data of your days. Do not dilute your potential. Test all inputs. Optimize your outputs. A curious mind is never inert. Control what you combine. True precision is silent but effective. Align thoughts like particles. Don't scatter energy. Repetition is replication. What are you repeating? Ignite change with clean intention. Don't confuse motion with transformation. Every hypothesis needs risk. You're the reaction you choose to fuel. Remove what hinders your chemistry. The most stable structures are built from pressure and patience. You are both the chemist and the compound. Equilibrium is a mindset. Break bonds that no longer serve you. Test. Adjust. Repeat. Don't just burn energy, direct it. Precision in thought leads to power in action. Refine your inputs, improve your outcomes. Like the flame, be controlled but powerful. Let your transformation leave residue, proof of progress. Every morning is a fresh reaction. Measure your impact by your contribution, not your comfort. Discipline is the distillation of intent. Progress is slow chemistry. Trust the lab. Tested effort always yields results. Order your environment to focus your mind. Use thought like a flame, directed, intense, transformative. What is persistent eventually becomes powerful. Transformation is not magic. It's mechanism. A reactive life is untested. Be deliberate. The most stable bonds are those tested by time. Without analysis, there's no improvement. There's always a formula behind every success. Treat your time as the rarest element. Condense your goals into daily actions. Control leads to consistency. Chaos leads to coincidence. The laws of nature don't bend, adapt, or be left behind. Your attitude is a reagent. Choose it wisely. Failure is simply a result awaiting correction. A formula without action is just theory. Don't fear the reaction. Fear inaction. Even instability serves a purpose. Study it. The more exact your vision, the more real your result. Let your reactions speak louder than your words. Chemistry teaches this. Nothing transforms without contact. What you build in thought must be tested in reality. Pressure applied wisely is power. Examine the structure behind your setbacks. Predictability comes from principles, not chance. In every equation lies potential. The variables of your life are yours to adjust. Design the environment, then observe the change. Truth becomes evident through experiment. The more you isolate, the more you understand. Make your intentions measurable. Every disciplined action compounds like atoms into matter. Lie by law, not by luck. Treat your thoughts like a solution. Filter impurities daily. Precision of thought leads to power in decision. Even your fears have a structure. Dismantle them. Repetition is rehearsal for reaction. Build habits the way nature builds molecules. Logically, remove assumptions like residue from a flask. You are in constant chemical change. Make it conscious. Distill your knowledge into action. Begin again, but begin smarter. Test everything, especially what you think you know. A good hypothesis outlives 1,000 opinions. Let your values be the elements of your identity. Fear evaporates under scrutiny. Don't just study the world. Transform it through understanding. Act like a reaction with purpose, not chaos. All transformation begins with attention. What you crystallize in your mind becomes solid in your life. The right formula changes everything. Life doesn't yield to confusion. Clarify or be carried. Your potential needs structure to manifest. Every error is a formula half solved. Control your reaction, and you control your outcome. The pursuit of truth requires courage and calibration. Every result teaches, especially the wrong ones. A good result is not an accident. It's architecture. No progress is random. It is always the result of aligned conditions. Observation without bias is the path to understanding. Be as methodical in hope as you are in chemistry. Even faith needs structure to grow. All motion follows logic. Follow the law, not the noise. You are the scientist of your own transformation. Here are 100 motivational quotes that not only inspire, but also prove that words have the power to change the way we think, feel, and act. Hopefully, after watching this, you feel stronger, more confident, and more ready to face life's challenges. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss out on more inspiring content. Because every day deserves to start with passion and powerful motivation.